So today's our last full day in Oahu, and we're headed up to the North Shore to go snorkeling at Shark's Cove and to go to the best shaved ice place in the world,
Matsumoto Shaved Ice. I have been there before, but it's been over 10 years, but it's really famous. The line is always really long, so we're hoping to get there right when it opens. So hopefully not too many people will be there. It's 10 a.m.
But I'm sure there will already be a line.
We're gonna take it kind of easy today because number one, I have allergies, I think, so I'm kind of just like sneezing a little bit. But we were really active yesterday snorkeling for like 7 hours, like pretty much non-stop at Hononuma Bay, and we're both kind of sore from that.
No, we definitely are. We snorkel a lot, but we usually don't go for like
several hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go. So we'll take you on an adventure today as well.
On the North Shore, famous North Shore.
Lucky for us, there was no line and we were one of the first customers of the day. Matsumoto started out as a grocery store way back in 1951, but they eventually started selling shaved ice using homemade syrup. The shaved ice ended up becoming a huge hit, being the cause for almost constantly long lines and popularity from locals and tourists. The store is still a family-owned and operated business, with this store being the only location in the world. We ate our early morning shaved ice in the picnic table area outside surrounded by wild chickens, and then stopped into the souvenir section of the store and bought t-shirts for about $20 each. After that, we headed to the famous Giovanni's shrimp truck, which was only about 10 minutes away. While Giovanni's shrimp truck is certainly famous and on all of the travel blogs and videos of the best places to eat on the North Shore, our experience wasn't the best. We had to pay $2 to park in the lot where the shrimp truck was located, and the customer service wasn't great. We ended up ordering the shrimp scampi, which came with 8 shrimp, 2 scoops of rice, and half of a lemon. One thing we didn't love was that all of the garlic, butter, and seasoning was on the shell, which left the shrimp with no flavor, which was pretty disappointing. Another thing to know if you ever eat at Giovanni's is that the seating is kind of scarce, and you'll most likely be sharing a table with other tourists, which no one seemed to mind. After lunch, we headed up to Shark's Cove for some more snorkeling.
So we're in Shark's Cove right now, snorkeling. Conditions are not ideal with how much water's coming over the rocks right now. The surf is pretty high today, so things are pretty crazy in here. Look, we got a little wave right here coming. So yeah, it's the water's not very clear at all, and it's hard to see under here. There's not as many fish that we saw at Hononuma Bay, but it's okay. So we're gonna probably circle back, see what happens.
Grab your friends, Find your enemies and make amends, and we'll meet in the middle. Take the pride and set it aside. My hands will build you a shield, and we'll solve the riddle. And we'll remember these times, we'll remember these times. Oh, oh, oh. And we'll remember these times, we'll remember these times. Oh, oh, oh. We will have the victory, create the bridge that sets it free. We will build something bigger than you and me. And we'll remember these times, we'll remember these times. Oh, oh, oh. And we'll remember these times, we'll remember these times. Oh, oh,
While Sharks Cove is a really popular snorkeling spot, conditions weren't the greatest that day. Even walking into the water was sketchy because of all of the sharp lava rock. We definitely recommend wearing chacos or some kind of water shoe to protect your feet if you ever snorkel here. After a couple of hours of snorkeling and exploring the surrounding area, we drove down to Waimea Bay, a beach that's popular for cliff jumping, swimming, and relaxing. Our next stop was the Ehukai Pillbox Trail, better known as the Sunset Pillbox. The hike is 2 miles round trip and not too difficult, just a little steep. The trailhead is located behind Sunset Elementary School. There are man-made stairs dug into the hill and ropes tied off between trees, but I wouldn't completely depend on those. We ended up only stopping at the first of 2 pillboxes, which you can actually go inside of. The pillboxes were actually built in the 1940s as observation stations to scope out any incoming enemy ships or planes. The bunkers were later abandoned by the US military, and hiking trails were created around these pillboxes. As the sun went down, we made our way back to the car and drove to our Airbnb to get ready for dinner in Honolulu. For dinner, we met up with one of Derek's old friends and ate at the Korean barbecue restaurant, Sura Hawaii. We had never tried authentic Korean barbecue before, and it was really cool to cook everything at our table and try all of the traditional Korean food. Everything was delicious, and since we went during happy hour, which was between the hours of 10:30 p.m. and 2 a.m., it was all you could eat. We spent our last morning in Hawaii at Waikiki Beach, laying out, swimming in the water, and surfing.
Alright, Oahu, it's been real. We're taking off here in just a couple hours. We had to go dip in the water for a little bit. I went surfing, but I didn't bring the camera with me. But it's been super fun.
Yeah, we've had so much fun. I wish we had a few more days here, but I'm sure we'll be back. Maybe this year, I don't know. Soon.
Might go to Maui this year, who knows.
If you'd like to see parts 1 and 2 of our Oahu trip, click the link in the video. Thanks for watching!